Well, it's October, pumpkins are everywhere, decorations are hitting the stores, and if you are a parent, you're probably thinking about Halloween. I know some families, they love to go all in. Maybe that's your family with costumes, candy, decorations, everything. Maybe you skip it completely because of stress or money or just the concerns about some of the themes of Halloween. But a lot of parents are just somewhere in the middle, trying to figure out how to do it in the best way possible for their kids. I mean, you want your kids to have fun, but you also care about what they're learning. You want to protect them, but not isolate them. You don't want to overthink it, but you also don't want to ignore it. And the whole thing can just be pretty stressful. And it all starts with, well, how do you talk to them about it? Because it really is a cool opportunity to connect with them and help them learn some important things about life. So, how do you actually talk to your kids about Halloween? Not lecture them, talk to them. Well, here are a few ways to start meaningful conversations without it feeling weird or forced. First, try starting with curiosity. Ask questions like, what do you like most about Halloween? What's your favorite part? The candy, the costumes, or is it the pretending? Maybe you can ask, why do you think people like to be scared? And these questions are not tests you're trying to get your kid to pass. They're just conversation starters. The goal isn't to really control what your kids think. It's you want to understand what they already believe. Now, second, talk about fear. I mean, Halloween is full of spooky stuff. That's okay to talk about. Ask your kids what kind of things scare you. And then you can share your own story. Like when I was your age, I was terrified of the dark. Or maybe there was this one house on the street that everyone thought was a little creepy. You're not just helping them manage Halloween. You're helping them learn how to handle fear in general. Now, third, you can help them separate what's pretend from what's real. Some kids, they really struggle to tell the difference, right? Especially when they're younger. You can say, that costume looks scary, but it's just makeup and imagination. And it's a great moment to remind them that the real bad things, they don't look like monsters and zombies. It's when people hurt each other with their words or their actions. And the good news is that real good, real love is stronger. Now, fourth, talk about light. Help remind them that even when things feel dark, light always wins. You could ask, what's something that we could do on Halloween to be that light to others? Maybe it's smiling at people who come to your door. Maybe it's saying something encouraging. Maybe it's being a house that hands out candy and joy and says something nice to all the costumes as they come by. Now, if you're a follower of Jesus, each one of those points, they can be rooted in what Jesus did when he was here on earth and what he did for each of us. That's something that you can wrap into each of those points in that conversation. Now, Halloween, it doesn't have to be something to fear or avoid. It really can be a night to practice courage and kindness and being a light. And so this year, make it meaningful. Ask great questions, listen well, and help your kids see that light isn't something to hide. It really is something that you bring with you. Now, if you want some conversation starters to help make that easier, we've put together a simple guide that we would just love to send you. And you can get that by going to theridgecc.com/Halloween. Thanks.